guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I wanted to sit down and kind of share a little bit of a fitness chat and just a lot of what I have been really focusing on in my own fitness life and why I've had to shift my focuses as of recently. And I want to thank Seed for partnering with me on today's video. So I do have some notes right over here. And so I thought about what I wanted to share with you guys. If you're new to my channel, you may not know, but I have shared mom fitness stuff from time to time as I've navigated my own personal fitness journey. And then coming into homeschooling, I was actually a working personal trainer and group exercise instructor, and I did that and homeschooled for a while. And then I shifted my focus away from that and onto my YouTube channel here. So I have a background in fitness for myself personally, but also for helping hundreds of other women in their fitness journeys as well. So fitness, I think everyone knows, is not something that is linear. There's a lot of ups, there's downs, there's changes, and I personally have been in a season in my life where I can feel things internally shifting. I have also shared on my YouTube channel with you guys that I do have PCOS, which stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I experience some of the symptoms that go along with that, and some of them I do not have. So it's important to remember that PCOS looks different on every person, but I do have that as a diagnosis. So when I found that out back in about 2015, I really wasn't experiencing a lot of symptoms from it. But as the years have gone on, I have seen that as my hormones are shifting, as I'm getting closer to 40, there's just symptoms that have popped up that I think are related to the PCOS, but also related to my hormones changing as I'm getting older. It obviously makes a lot of sense for someone who has hormonal imbalances already with PCOS, because I only do things that are holistic. I'm not going to take like the birth control pill or any other type of medicine to mask the symptoms, because that's all that does. It doesn't actually treat it, doesn't make it go away. It just masks the symptoms. So I don't do any of that. I never have. And so it makes sense for me that since I already have hormonal imbalance issues, that I do my absolute best to manage, and quite honestly, I do a pretty good job at it, that moving into like the later stages of womanhood, not quite menopausal, but like leading up to that, it would make sense for me personally that I would be experiencing some of those symptoms and just different changes that I've noticed in my body as I get closer to 40, that would be coming about a little bit sooner in my life than maybe in another woman's life. So I'm specifically talking about things that are super important to focus on as you enter into perimenopause, which is the period of time in a woman's life leading up to menopause. And it can take a decade. It can begin in your mid to late 30s. It can begin in your early 40s, mid 40s. There's a wide range, but you can do your own research, talk with your healthcare provider, look at your labs and determine, what your hormone levels are at. But once you realize that you are on basically, it's known as the second puberty, for women in this second stage of life, moving out of like childbearing time and all of that, you're gonna notice things. You're gonna feel shifts happening in your body. You're gonna be really aware of what is going on. And so this video is for you. These are things that I have been focusing on myself as I head into perimenopause, to keep my head on straight, to keep my focus, and to just feel my absolute best for this next season of my life. So the first thing is strength focus. I have always loved lifting weights, but I would do a lot of HIIT style boot camp workouts, and I would do a lot of cardio workouts, and I've always loved lifting weights. I was never someone who didn't love lifting weights, but I have really focused on my strength. So not only lifting weights, but actually lifting heavy weights that are very difficult to lift, and pushing myself not in getting exhausted from like being out of breath and doing a million burpees, but from lifting heavy weights, but having good rest periods in between my sets to recover. And there is such a benefit to focusing on your strength as you head into perimenopause, because your ability to build muscle mass as you age as a woman drops significantly in your 40s, and then even more so in your 50s. And so really kind of what you bring into those decades of life is kind of like what you're gonna have to work with. And so I just want to be the strongest that I can. Not only that, but strength training has tremendous benefits for osteoporosis and just keeping your bones healthy as a woman, which is something that we tend to have to think about and become aware of in the menopausal period. And so strength training is a win across the board. So I really recommend finding a weightlifting program. If you are just bouncing around doing Instagram workouts, you're never gonna really be able to increase your strength, because increasing strength is done by doing the same exercises over and over and over and getting stronger at doing them. So finding a program that is gonna structure out how those lifts happen is going to be really critical and a very wise investment if you are a woman heading into this next stage of life. The next thing that has been super important for me as I feel my body shifting, I feel changes happening, has been a higher importance on my supplements and being consistent with supplements. Now I know the internet will tell you that if you eat a well-balanced diet, you don't need supplements. Supplements are a scam. Supplements are a lie. And there is some truth to that. There is some truth to a lot of the supplements that are out there actually not being beneficial or not being what they say they are. But that doesn't mean that we throw everything out because, you know, fat burning pills don't work, right? Protein powder, a good, well-made, balanced protein powder is really important, and fat burning pills don't actually work. So, you know, we don't need to get rid of all the supplements just because some of them are total garbage. So I'm not someone that says you don't need any supplements. And the other fact to consider with that is that our food in America just doesn't have the nutritional value that it once did. And so unless you are basically farming and gardening for all of your own food, and props if that's you, you can probably use some supplementation for your micronutrients, for your pre and probiotics. And so I have my trusted supplement lineup, and that leads me to today's video sponsor, which is Seed. So like I already told you guys, Seed is sponsoring today's video, and I want to thank them so much for partnering with me again, because they have truly been a game changer for me when it comes to my health and wellness routine. If you guys are not familiar with Seed, let me tell you just a little bit about them. So this is a daily pre and probiotic. This is the DS-01, which is their daily synbiotic, and you take 1 capsule per day on an empty stomach, and you will not believe how much better you feel when you are regularly taking your Seed. I personally have experienced so much less bloating and digestive issues, which was something I was really experiencing and struggling a lot with over the last couple of years, not realizing how much of that digestive difficulty I was having was related to a lot of the hormonal shifts happening. And so naturally getting my gut healthy was a huge priority and something I focused on a lot over the last 6, 8, 9 months, and it has made a world of a difference. So a lot of people know that obviously taking a pre and probiotic is going to help with digestive health and bloating and all of that, but there's so many other benefits that come from taking seed. In fact, when you look at the packaging on the back of the seed refills, you can see exactly what each grouping is targeting for your heart health, for your skin and hair, for your immune health. The basis of your immune system is in your gut. Having a healthy and strong immune system starts way down in our systems inside, and seed can help you so much with that. So if you guys want to check out seed, I will have a link down below where you can get 25% off of your first order, and you can use my code GraceandGrit25 to take advantage of that. The other really cool thing about seed is that they're going to send you your glass jar here, and then your refills come in the refill packet, and so you do not have to have waste in your, it's all very eco-friendly, the packaging, and you can just refill the glass jar that you already have. They also have a travel size vial that you can fill up so that you are never missing your daily dose of Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic, because to get maximum benefit, you do have to be regularly taking it and very consistent with all supplements to see the greatest benefit. But I'm telling you guys, it has changed my bloating and digestive problems. It's helped so much. And so if you're experiencing that, or you just want to be healthier and you want to feel better, it truly starts way down deep inside. And the other really awesome thing that sets Seed apart from other pre and probiotics is their double encapsulation. So when I talk about double encapsulation, it's Seed's patented way of capsuling their pre and probiotic blend. But what happens with traditional capsules is when you swallow them, your stomach acid starts to break down the capsule before the inside is distributed in your digestive system where you would want it. So Seeds will not do that, and so the inside of this is going to actually make it all the way to the colon, which is where you want to have. So that is something that really sets Seed apart. So I just cannot recommend them enough for overall health and wellness, and the link to Seed will be down below. So along with taking my Seed every single day, I take a women's multivitamin daily, I take magnesium daily, I am taking Relight hydration daily for my electrolytes and true salt, I drink protein every single day, and what else do I take every single day? I think that's about it. So that is kind of like my supplement routine, but there's definitely an importance in doing that as we get older, being consistent and taking supplements that are actually making a difference in your body and supporting you as you go through the many changes that can be related to your hormones shifting as you move into this next stage of life. The next thing that is so important that I have also been implementing in my own life as I move into these later ages of my 30s is a higher importance on steps and overall activity level. So I'm not talking about like working out time, strictly working out. I'm talking about the time that you're not working out. Back when I had 4 kids who were young, and I was teaching at the gym, I was probably walking like 30,000 steps a day, chasing kids around, teaching fitness classes, walking around the room as I was doing that, walking to and from the car a million times, going to the soccer field, walking at the soccer field, unloading kids, like going in and out. My daily activity level outside of my actual workout was really high. I've noticed as my kids have become older and I am a homeschooling mom that I do spend a lot more time sitting down teaching and basically homeschooling. It's taking more time in our day. What used to take 2 hours now takes 6 hours. And so if I am not aware of that, I really had a big drop off in my daily activity level. And so as I've gotten older, I have seen just how important that is. So I am striving every single day to get at least 7,500 to 8,000 steps, preferably 10,000. Some days I do that, some days I don't, but overall, I'm just being way more mindful of walking and the importance of that. There is so much information out there to support why even just walking is so beneficial. And not only that, but it's really become something that I enjoy doing and my brain really enjoys doing. And so I have just really been focused on that, doing little things like parking farther away, or taking the extra trip up the stairs, just anything to be aware of being active in my daily life that is outside of the workout time that I dedicate to it. The next thing is that I have had to, and here's where I'll be really, really honest with you guys. I have had to shift my mindset away from looking a certain way, or feeling like I liked how this was, or this or that, to focusing on longevity of life and feeling good. Now, that has always been a motivator for me in my fitness life, because I have such a family history of obesity and diabetes, and the genetics, like our genetics are our genetics. But I have always been really aware of that so that I can be healthy. I want to be an active person my whole life. I always want to be able to go walking and go hiking, and I see older people doing that, and it's very inspiring to me, and that's what I want. I want to be able to move. So as I've gotten older, there's just been more of a focus for me on that, and less of a focus on trying to maintain a certain size or trying to sculpt this certain part of my body because I really like how that looks, and all of that can be really difficult as a woman, especially if you're a woman who has grown up. And, I think we all can share as women at this age, growing up through the 90s and like the supermodel era, and all of our dads probably having like swimsuit calendars of models in the garage, those kind of things, they just, even if you don't want them to, they can stick with you. And so you can start to view yourself through that lens. And then if you did anything growing up, like dance like I did, then you're just even more aware of certain things. And so all of that can be a struggle for forever. If you had people who were unkind to you in your past, shame you or tell you that you were fat or anything like that, those wounds can, even if you've healed and moved on from them, they can creep up from time to time, especially when you're going through a transitional stage in your life like this, where you feel a little bit out of control of what is happening inside of you, and then what is happening inside is coming out on the outside, and it can just feel really frustrating, because you can literally be doing everything right and all of a sudden it's just not enough anymore. And that is where I found myself, and it was a bit of a negative mental spiral that I had to go down. So I am just telling you, friend to friend, if that's you, focusing on longevity and health and wellness will be the best thing that you can do. Is it easy to always keep our focus on the right things? No, but if you try, it will be easier and better. And the last thing that kind of goes along with this that I have for tips for fitness and wellness as you head into this next stage of your life is to tell yourself it is okay. And when I say it is okay, I am not saying it's okay to be unhealthy, or it's okay to have no self-control, or it's okay to stay, at an unhealthy body fat percentage or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying is okay, because obviously if there are things that you need to rectify for your health, you need to do those things. So I'm not saying it's okay. Complacency is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is it's okay to basically surrender to what is happening. If you are trying to fight it, you are going to feel exhausted because there is only so much you can do. Without going on hormonal therapy or doing anything like that, there really is only so much you can do. And you will be spinning your wheels and feeling like you are getting nowhere if you do not just accept that this is you now at this stage of your life. If you are healthy, if your heart is healthy, if your blood pressure is good, if your blood work is good, if you are able to go out and do the things you want to do in your life, hiking, swimming, biking, running, whatever you want to do, if you can do those things, then it's okay if your body looks different than it did when you were in your early 20s or even your mid 20s. Huge transitions happen between 25 and 35. And so holding yourself to the standard of what you were at 25 is only going to make you feel like a failure for where you are now at almost 40 or where you are going forward after this. From my own personal experience, I can tell you guys, and again, being super honest and just transparent with all of this, this has been something that has really been a struggle for me, and that's why I wanted to make this video. About like 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I did nothing different. I was working out the exact same. I was tracking my macronutrients the same way. I was doing all the things I had always done. And all of the sudden, like, things started happening with my body that was just like, what is going on? Like, I don't even understand why this is happening. It wasn't like I had gone from a good habit of not having dessert every night to suddenly having dessert every night and then wondering why I would, be looking different or feeling different. And I was doing nothing different and things were changing, and it was just like, what is going on here? And it was so frustrating and really a feeling of feeling out of control in my own body. And it's taken me, and it still is taking me, a long time to just accept that this is going to be me moving forward into my 40s. And I'm healthy and I take care of myself. And so if this is how we're looking, if this is how that is shaped a little bit differently, like whatever the case is, then that is what we are just gonna we're gonna be having moving forward, and to try to let go of what once was for me, and that it's okay to not be doing those things anymore. It's okay to not be like depriving myself of certain things like I once would for the sake of I don't know what, proving something probably to myself, and that it's okay to just be how I am now and have a balanced approach to my life. So I pray that this video was a blessing to you guys if you are in this stage of life or coming up on it. I hope that me sharing kind of what has been going on with me in this area is helpful and encouraging to you. Make sure you check out the links to Seed down below. You can save 25% off of your order with my code, which is GraceandGrit25, and all that information will be down below. I'm telling you guys, pre and probiotic is a game changer for me. It's made such a difference in how I feel, and just bloating that I could not get rid of and I couldn't figure out why. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Give me a thumbs up before you click out of this video, and I will see you guys again soon.